Hi, it's Cindy.
And Kathleen.
And this is the Classroom Cafe. This week we thought we would talk about ideas on how to take things that already capture students' attention, like social media, electronic devices, cell phones, and utilize them in activities for content-specific ideas in the classroom.
I don't know about you, but I really struggled last year with when to use the cell phone, when not to use the cell phone. The idea of even using the cell phone in the classroom is very polarizing. Some people say, oh yeah, I use it all the time, and some people say, never, ever, ever should it be in the classroom. And so I would do activities where they would need their cell phone, but then telling them that they couldn't use it at other times, it was kind of, it didn't really work.
Right, because we had a rule at our school, and still do, students can use cell phones for educational activities, but they can't walk down the hall and text a friend, certainly not take pictures of tests or anything that would be deemed inappropriate.
So what I decided to do this year was I have a dancing cell phone on my active board that I keep whenever we do activities with the cell phone. When they see the cell phone on the screen, they know to whip theirs out. We're immediately going into our activity. Then when the cell phone disappears, your cell phone needs to go away. And so that's been really helpful for me to kind of have a platform to stand on to say, cell phone's not on the screen, why is yours out? Here, I'm going to take yours now.
Right, I think anytime you can give the boundaries or the rules up front,
right.
I think it's only fair that everybody knows by what rules you're playing by. And if there's a phone on the screen, that means phones are out. If there's not a phone on the screen, no phones are out. You've clearly communicated it. You probably reminded them every day this week, oh, there's the phone, oh, no. Make it a really big deal about it. I can imagine if you did this all year, it becomes habit. They do understand the difference and not the difference. I even had mine this week. Of course, we've used it already in this class. But silence it. I told them I didn't want to compete with whoever was calling them because they were still out for the summer. So same thing, even when the cell phone went down. I'm going to have to do the screen cell phone, though. I like that, having just a clip art up there.
What have you done this week? You said you've been using them all week already.
We have used cell phones every day, of course, this week. But the quickest, easiest thing that we've done that I had never thought of before, other than maybe a big production, but something quick, easy, simple. I saw a Math in 60 Seconds video on YouTube by a teacher where he just took a dry erase board and I'm sure his camcorder in his kitchen and worked a math problem. I thought, oh my goodness, they called it Math in 60 Seconds because he explained the whole thing in 60 seconds. I thought, perfect. How many times have you been in a class where you know how to do the math one day and then you come back the next day and you're just like, how did I do that?
Oh, I see. You let them video themselves doing these lessons?
I did. We talked about flipping the classroom, so I totally flipped it. I taught the lesson, they learned the material, and I knew it was going to get harder already.
Right.
After a couple of days, it's going to get harder.
Right.
I wanted to capture them doing the easy stuff, explaining the easy stuff to themselves using just their cell phones. We took out the phone, we used the camera that's already in it. You can get complicated. You can have them upload it to YouTube, post it, whatever you want to do.
I'm sure you did.
Well, just a few. But mainly, if they didn't, they can always see how they did that math problem just by watching their own phone. So I did like it. I loved it. It wasn't a formal, graded activity. I am going to develop a rubric throughout the semester. I think this is something I'm definitely going to do again. They were very proud of themselves, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't lose that way.
Wow, you know what I could do? I could make mine into an assessment. They have a quiz that they're all very nervous about tomorrow coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, they know the material. They could video each other explaining the material to the camera, collaborating in an assessment, upload it, and I'll just grade what they say.
I love that.
That's
I love that.
an amazing idea.
And take some of the pressure off of that first week quiz test idea. Yeah, they can communicate, talk it, not have to overanalyze what they're writing. So, yeah,
that would definitely work for history as well as math. So.
Absolutely. Great.
Wow.
What about you? I know you're using social media.
Yes, I have been struggling with how to do a portfolio. I really want to do a portfolio that they can keep information from day one till we have end of course exams. And so I wanted them to have something that would follow, and then they would be able to connect the material that they learn. So I thought about doing Facebook, but historical figures Facebook.
Really?
For people who have lived and gone before us. And so It's on a wiki.
Okay.
And there's a template, and you just go in and you fill it in the Facebook page exactly the way you would for your friend, for yourself, but it's for this notable character in history about me, where I'm from, education. You can upload pictures of that person. You can tag them to different other people to make connections across the curriculum. And so then they would have a huge portfolio, all these people they've learned at the end of the class.
A great idea, all on a wiki.
All on a wiki,
but
not
with
on Facebook.
With a Facebook-like looking template on it that they're filling in. I love that. You could do that for literature, with authors, with characters in a book.
Right.
Science, famous scientists.
Yeah.
Anything.
A theorem. You could have a Facebook page for a theorem.
Yeah, Pythagorean theorem would work fine for sure. I love that idea. I think it is important to take what students are already using and really utilize that in your room. It's already captured their attention.
Well, there's such a media-filled generation. There's such a technology-filled generation, and to not use something that already captivates their attention, I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Right, we're missing it, and I think that's going back, a century ago of how it used to be. Why not have this cell phone tutorial, the cell phone their moms are paying for, and utilizing it to do a wiki or to do a video tutorial. Right. Smart ideas. All right. Thank you so much. We will be back next week where we share ideas to help take it from worksheets to wonderful. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.